Alright, what's going on, everybody? So we will have more on this Hall of Fame game later on. Me and Tristan are going to be talking about it at length later, but I wanted to do a quick reaction here because I did. If you caught it, great. But if not, oh well, it is what it is. I put it up late anyway. But just kind of things that I was looking for in the Hall of Fame game, so I wanted to do kind of the after effect of that and do a reaction to that. So let's start off with the obvious. Dorian Thompson-Robinson. DTR normally, no longer, I should say, stands for his name. He is now known as Dawg Thompson-Robinson. That's what I'm calling him because I've been very high on DTR for a long time. This guy, I'm not going to get into it right now, and yes, everybody's high on him now, but if you go back, even before this game, just look at his career so far. This dude set records at UCLA. He was a multiple-time starter. He's experienced, and he's got all the talent in the world. DTR is literally like Deshaun Watson light, and it shows. They play the exact same way. DTR is super athletic, super fast, took off with his legs multiple times, made some very, very good passes. And yeah, there were a couple things that he could have improved on, but for his first ever NFL debut, that was spectacular. He went 8 for 10 or 8 for 11, 119 yards, 1 touchdown, and 124.1 rating on the day, and led the Browns back from a deficit. So it's not as if the Browns were winning, he came in and performed well. No, he came in under pressure, whatever pressure the Hall of Fame game is, but came in and lived up to expectations. I was expecting that. I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't really know a whole lot about him, but if you're a nerd like I am, you know about DTR, and DTR is probably the most underrated quarterback in that draft class. I don't know how we got him as late as we did, but I'm absolutely thrilled that he's a member of the Cleveland Browns. I can't wait to watch him in person next week. Dude's an absolute stud. So I'm not going to spend the entire time on this video talking about DTR. But I wanted to get that out of the way. Second of all, I've been extremely critical on Dawand Jones out of Ohio State. And there's a lot of things that go into that off the field, not just on the field. But last night, Dawand Jones blew me away. Obviously, you know his size. Massive dude, that's great, whatever. But you got to see it on the field. And I was extremely worried about him going up against the fast, shifty edge rushers at the NFL level. He faced good talent last night, and on 35 pass blocking snaps, he gave up 0 pressures, and he looked the part too. He wasn't just kind of playing cleanup duty and getting chipped or helped. He held his own, and he looked fantastic, which is a huge plus, because I'm on the record saying that I think Dawand Jones is Andrew Berry's biggest boom-bust pick that he has made and possibly will ever make, because as late as you got him, there was high risk there still even getting him that late because of the other stuff. And a lot of people don't know about the other stuff with Dawand Jones, with his work ethic, with his character, all those things. A lot of people don't know about it. But on the field, as great as he was at Ohio State, there were still some question marks. So having a guy at that size and you bring him onto this team, there was still a massive question mark. And I'm not saying that question mark's gone now, but based on how Dawand Jones played last night, that is a huge, great sign for the Browns and for the future as far as Dawand Jones on this team going forward. I want to see us move him to left tackle. I want to see us play around with him and throw him on the other side just to see. It doesn't hurt just to see. And it's the preseason. Now's the time to do that. So, I don't know. I don't know if they will. They probably won't, but that's just me. That's what I would like to see. The run defense was spectacular. It looked so much better, from the front defensive line to the linebackers, just the run scheme. And it was so good that the offense for the New York Jets, they ran the ball a lot, and they only averaged 2.3 yards per carry. So if you're a Browns fan and you remember last year at all, that's a huge, huge difference. And yes, it's the preseason, but the Jets got a couple really good backs, and the running back they got from Pitt is a very, very good player. I wanted the Browns to snag him. We obviously didn't, and he had a couple really good highlight plays last night. But overall, the run defense was spectacular. The defensive line greatly improved. Yes, it's obviously the Hall of Fame game, not going to overreact. But again, just the scheme side of things and how things looked, I feel like there's major improvements. We knew that, but seeing it on the field, yes, for the first time, yes, in a preseason game, it's still good to see. And when you look at it, all the rookies that played last night flashed. I already talked about Dawand Jones. DTR obviously talked about him. But Luke Wypler, I thought, was pretty good. Although, I did see him get pushed around a little bit at times, and he's not the biggest guy, but I think he'll be fine. He played fine. He played okay. He played good enough. And I think he's only going to get better. You look at Cam Mitchell. Played pretty well. I was pretty impressed with him. Siaki Ika was really, really good. I mean, at one point he did get pushed back, but other than that, was very, very good. He had a really important run stop. I think it was like 3rd and 1, I want to say. And Ika came up big. He's a massive human being. He is huge. So he looked great. Cam Mitchell looked great. DTR, Dawand, Wypler, and then Cedric Tillman. He only had 2 receptions for 35 yards, but he looked apart. He looked like a dude out there. And I said it last night, not on video or anything. Maybe I said it on Twitter. But if Cedric Tillman can be a part of this offense this season on top of what we already have, that's huge. Because what I saw out of him last night was a guy who's going to be a difference maker. At what point will he become that difference maker? I don't know yet. But if he continues to play like he played last night, being physical, being aggressive, and making big-time plays, he's going to be an effective piece for Kevin Stefanski to use this season. I was very concerned with David Bell, who played. I'm sure a lot of you don't even realize that David Bell did play because he didn't do anything, which is concerning. And I'm starting to get, and I'll talk about this more later, but I'm starting to get the feeling that David Bell is just a guy, a very average receiver. That's what we've seen so far out of him. I saw a couple things that I really liked last season with him, but in a game like this, he's got to perform. He's got to perform. He was outshined by so many different people on that offense, and it's a bit concerning. It is for sure a bit concerning. I'm not going to overreact to it because, again, it's a long preseason. But for the first game, I was hoping to see something out of David Bell. I was not impressed at all. So, who knows? We'll see. But it is what it is. Anthony Schwartz sucks. We knew this. Kellen Mond is garbage. Me and Tristan sat here and was in tears laughing for 30 minutes talking about how bad Kellen Mond was. So I told you guys this a long time ago. He's awful. I've never thought he was good. Even at Texas A&M, I've never been a fan of Kellen Mond. But I'm not here to, throw salt on the wound. I hope he's able to catch on somewhere else. But he's just not a good player. That's the reality. We know this. Demetric Felton was unbelievable. Demetric Felton's he's trying to make this roster. And boy, did he come to play last night. 7 carries, 46 yards, averaged 6.6 yards per carry, and he had a touchdown. And Demetric Felton, DTR threw himself into a block to get a touchdown. And that was, man, what a gamer DTR is. So that's about it. I could talk in depth about this for a long, long time, but we'll do that more later. I just wanted to give you initial first reaction to the Hall of Fame game. Let me know what you guys thought of the game. What are you excited to see as the preseason goes on? I'll be there in person next week when the Browns play the Commanders. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I don't have to watch Kellen Mond. Hopefully they'll just cut him, but who knows? Probably not. But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts, and we will see you in the next one.